Hello everyone, friends. Today I want to take a moment to clarify a question that many of you have about how this channel works, or rather, this podcast. I know there's a lot of confusion, especially among people who are just getting to know this project, and also among some people who have been with us for a while, but still don't understand how the dynamics work. So let's explain it in a simple way. First of all, the foundation of this channel is the podcast episodes, which are the main core. These episodes come out every Friday, but there is an important dynamic that I want you to understand clearly, because there are many people who doesn't understood it very well. Look, one Friday is a free episode, and this episode is divided into two parts. Part 1 comes out that same Friday, and Part 2 is released the following Wednesday. Great. The following Friday is a members-only episode. This means it is a paid episode. And these are the ones we could call a bit more interesting. But so that you know what it's about, we publish a small preview with highlighted segments of that video. Listen carefully. The previews are clipped segments, just to give you an idea of what that episode contains. The preview is only for that. And for those wondering where you can watch these paid episodes, it's very simple. You can watch them on the platforms YouTube, Patreon, and Spotify. As I always recommend, the easiest one, let's say, is Patreon. But here I'm going to explain the memberships for you. First, we have Spotify. I'll show it to you on the screen. Well, on Spotify, when you get the paid membership, you have access to all the full episodes, both free and exclusive ones. It's important to clarify that on Spotify, the free episodes are not split into two. They are always published in full. Second, we have Patreon, and I will also show it to you on the screen. On Patreon, there are 3 types of memberships. The Lite membership allows access to the 2 exclusive paid episodes each month. There's also the Elite membership, which gives access to exclusive episodes and also the complete free episodes, meaning the entire episode without being split into 2 parts. And this is the Premium membership, which is the same as the Elite, but it also includes additional support to the creator and responses to your questions. As I mentioned earlier, personally, I recommend this one, because many members have told me that this is the easiest way to become a member. And in third place, we have YouTube, which is the most well-known. On YouTube, there are also 3 types of memberships similar to those on Patreon. The Lite, which gives you access to the 2 paid episodes, and the Elite, which gives you access to the paid episodes and the complete free ones, and the Premium membership, just like the Elite, but also with additional support to the creator and answers to their questions. So now you know, friends. You choose the platform where you prefer to consume the content. Here are the options for you to enjoy the full podcast, both the free and paid ones. This is how the channel started with the podcast episodes, but as part of our commitment to you and to provide extra content, we are also presenting shorter videos on Wednesdays. But note, this is only when there is no second part of a podcast episode. And these episodes are called, or videos are called, OCRAN data. Here, I will show you the cover of these videos so you can recognize it. Here, we cover various interesting and brief topics. Each segment has a specific cover to make it easier to identify them. That way, you know if it is a short video from a segment, an episode of the podcast. Note, we also have another segment, which is called Okran News. Here, I show you the cover of Okran News. Okay, so this is a section for news, analysis, and clarifications about what's happening around here, where we confirm relevant facts or debunk false information, because you know there are many news channels that are pure lies, and also some journalists saying outrageous things. And well, what can I say? There are some other YouTubers who only talk because they have a mouth, but they don't know anything. Well, I know a few who can hardly speak, but here, what matters is something else. This segment, at first, it was intended only for our Facebook account, but I will also present some videos here on YouTube. Each type of content has its specific cover to make it easy to identify. That way, you'll know if it's a podcast episode or a short video from another segment. Another very important thing, these segments that are not podcast episodes will only be here on YouTube. Finally, I want to announce that both I and the entire team that makes this channel possible are more than committed to you, and therefore, we want and are going to produce more content and have more interaction with you. We are going to make more videos with different kinds of segments, for example, explaining corridos. And to step a little out of my comfort zone, I also want to make other types of videos so you can see that I have a life just like yours. And also, to tell you my story, I will explain why I am not in favor of the pizza people. But remember, all of this will only be on YouTube, so friends, give me your opinions, advice, complaints, your questions. Leave your ideas in the comments of what you would like to know or see here, because this year, 2025, we're going all out. The team and we're going all out. I promise you won't regret listening to us and watching. There's a lot of new things coming. And as I mentioned, there will be a lot of interaction with you, and there will be more personal videos showing you a bit of my day-to-day life and off-screen. It will be a new format. The key is in your hands because your support is the formula for growth. This and much more. Here on the screen, I'm going to show you the social media accounts. We have Instagram and Facebook, TikTok, and also X. I will also show you the store where you can purchase the hats. Here I'll show you the social media accounts. We have Instagram. Here are the official accounts. We have TikTok. And we have Facebook. I will also show you the page of the store where you can purchase the hats. Here are the 4 available colors. Choose the one you like the most and get it. Also, as I've mentioned several times, leave your feedback on what other color you'd like the caps to be made in. Follow us on all social media and become members so you don't miss the exclusive episodes, and subscribe here on YouTube. And don't forget to like the videos. Remember, the podcast is on Fridays, but this channel is much more than that. And I'll take this opportunity to give you another announcement and a promise. If we reach 200,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and if my friend Marquitos's episode reaches 1 million views, I will make his episode free. And as a special gift, I'll reveal some extra details you didn't know. Gradually, we will also be releasing the exclusive episodes for free so that everyone can watch them. All right, friends, let's move on to the topic of this video. Because, as you know, here we are. We're like an ad that came out many years ago on Channel 5. Okran leaks at the service of the community. I have followed this news closely, and as often happens, the government is spreading lies and avoiding what it should face. What I'm talking about is that on Wednesday, November 13th, there was a report that Carlos Humberto, a 14-year-old teenager, was given a ride when leaving his home for school. Residential area Los Laureles in Los Mochis, Sinaloa, when he was heading to his school. The incident was reported to the authorities via a call to 911, where it was revealed that armed men got out of a gray vehicle and gave the young man a ride. And they left his grandmother a note with a phone number requesting a sum of money. Hours later, on the same day, the vehicle used by these individuals was found. This happened in the Las Cañadas neighborhood. Well, these guys went through quite a process to pull this off. First, they created a Facebook account, obviously with fake information. And through that account, they even bought a motorcycle with cash. Then, they acquired the Jetta vehicle, trading the motorcycle along with a sum of money, all to mislead information about how and who had acquired those vehicles. Well, they took the young boy to the mountainous area of El Fuerte. The mayor, Gerardo Vargas Landeros. What do you think he said? He said the following: "While it is true that the issue of giving the boy a ride occurred, it is a matter of a friendship relationship. As far as I've been told, it is not a group of people dedicated to kidnapping. And that they are engaged in doing that, let it be clear. Let it be very clear. That is a very personal matter. I understand it is a debt issue. It seems to me an outrage, a cowardly act to take it out on a child. I'm telling you completely, we have no indication, according to intelligence from all 3 levels of government, that we have that problem of equipped people here." Now listen to what was reported in the news. The Sinaloa prosecutor's office managed to rescue a 14-year-old teenager who had been abducted last Wednesday in Los Mochis. The minor was taken in front of his grandmother while being taken to school in an operation carried out by a group of armed individuals. The rescue was carried out by members of the specialized unit of the Sinaloa prosecutor's office, who managed to locate the young man in the mountainous area of El Fuerte. After remaining in that place for more than 2 days, the teenager was placed in the custody of the prosecutor's office to continue the investigations of the case. So far, no arrests have been reported, and the motive has not been revealed. Authorities are continuing to work on clarifying the facts. Very well, friends. After that, Gerardo Vargas made the following statement: "A job that I understand. The UEA did very well, which is a unit I know very well. It's very professional, and as far as I know, it wasn't an abduction as such. It was an alleged debt. I do ask you, please, let's not make more noise about this because it starts to get distorted. And above all, people might enter a possible panic. It's a dispute between individuals." This is what was reported in the news. Now, here is the truth about what happened. Well, they did give the boy a ride the morning of Wednesday, November 13th, when he was on his way to school, and they left his grandmother a note demanding 3.5 million pesos. What Gerardo Vargas said about it being a dispute between individuals, that's a lie. It was completely a kidnapping, just like that. The family obviously sought help from the authorities, and those who had the boy, after a series of negotiations, lowered the amount to 1,800,000 pesos, which the family managed to gather. And they were about to pay it, but since the ones controlling that area are the Flores group, they were the ones who did the investigation and discovered who the culprits were. Well, for those who didn't know, the responsible parties were 2 people, one known as El Chuta and his right-hand man, El Motor. Who do you think they work for? Obviously for La Pizza. Okay, so the people from the Flores told them that if the kid didn't show up, they would have serious problems. And the government told them the same thing because they got the phone's location, the phone used to call the family, and the location was in the mountains, there in the Sierra del Fuerte, the place controlled by the Chuta. Initially, the authorities wanted to handle it as if they had freed the young boy there in the Sierra del Fuerte. The reality, what they admitted days later, is that Chuta's people released the young man in Los Mochis because they couldn't withstand the pressure from the government and the Flores group. There it is, the truth as it is, because I have seen more news saying that the investigation is ongoing to find out who was responsible. Well, there it is. Don't look too much into it. As I told you, we're here to help the community and the government. Here is an example from the help. And if you need to know how to deal with crooks, it's just a matter of contacting the right people, which isn't harder than eating a slice of pizza. It's that simple. There it is. For those who said this group didn't engage in such activities, there's yet another proof that everything I've told you is true. Well, friends, that's all for today. Don't forget what I told you at the beginning. Leave in the comments everything you want to know. Your questions, doubts, ideas. I say goodbye with a big hug and see you on Friday for another episode. Don't miss it.